I think you have the potential to live a bigger life, one that has more freedom, more choice, more space. But when you look at your career path, you can't see how that happens from here. And it starts to mess with you because on paper, you're doing really well. Like, you're doing good, you earn good money, you're in a good job. So why doesn't it feel like progress anymore? So here's what I eventually realized, okay? The problem wasn't my career, it was my income structure. I didn't necessarily hate my job. I hated the routine. I hated that my earnings were capped. I hated that there were maybe 1 or 2 promotions above me, and the people who were in those roles had lives that I definitely didn't want. More responsibility, more pressure, still not the life I want. That wasn't growth to me. That was a trade-off that I wasn't interested in making. I didn't want to climb higher inside of the same box. I wanted a different box altogether. And most people hit this point eventually. And it's crazy because you suddenly realize that the effort you were putting in was never the problem. Even the job isn't necessarily the problem. It's the structure. When all of your income comes from one role, one employer, one ladder, your lifestyle is permanently limited by what that structure allows. So you keep asking the wrong questions, like how do I level up my career? When the better question is, how do I restructure my income so that my life can expand? And that shift, as crazy as it seems, forces you to look beyond titles and trajectories. You have to stop asking what role is next and start asking what your skills are actually worth outside of employment. And that's the work most of us never do, because what changed everything for me was separating my skill set from my job, seeing my skills as assets, not responsibilities, and understanding how they could generate income in ways that didn't require consuming my entire life. Now, that may look like consulting, fractional work, digital products, or a combination of those. But the point is, all of them create leverage within a high earning income vehicle that doesn't necessarily consume all your time. That doesn't mean you have to work 40 hours a week and ask permission for holiday. It means that you can work part-time hours without sacrificing income. And that's why I built the Skills to Income tool, because it helps you see what you're already sitting on, okay, what you're working with, and how those skills translate into income paths that aren't capped by one employer or one promotion cycle. And this isn't so you quit tomorrow, but it's so you can start designing your future around a structure that actually supports the life that you want. So if you want to work 15 to 20 hours a week, you can find an income structure that supports that. But you don't get to do that without understanding your skills and how much they can make for you first. Because honestly, the biggest lie we've been taught is that you need to work harder or climb higher to get the life you want. You don't. You just need to do something different.